We're in the middle of Psalms there, or a little past the middle of Psalms, getting up to the Psalms over the 100s. And I know you've enjoyed reading David just in the last couple of days, and David's heart. And it's amazing to what David says and how he sometimes argues with God. Of course, he falls down before God, and then he just speaks of the greatness of God, which in all areas that he talks about God just draws us closer every day. A few weeks ago, I read something that was very, very interesting, and one of the Psalms that I want to tell you about today is from the book Primal by Mark Batterson. And he just basically talked about a study that had been done of the Black Cab Company in London, England. These are the elite cab drivers, and they work in a special part of London. And what they had to do, they had to learn to become a black cab driver. I mean, you have to learn the very nuances of downtown London, all the places, the shortcuts to get places, the streets and everything. What they found out was the longer somebody had worked at the Black Cab Company, the more they had the ability to learn. They were not well-educated guys, but they used their brains more than anybody else. And so in that study, what they finally came to the conclusion to, which is an amazing thing, was that these researchers found out that our brains have the capacity to learn far beyond what we ever learn. Now, I know we all get into the habit of thinking that when we get to be a certain age that we just can't learn anymore. We use the old adage, the saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. What these people found out was, yes, you can. Now, maybe the old dog can't roll over as quickly or do some of the tricks that the young pup can do. But they found out that the more you use your mind, the more you use your brain, the more capability you have to learn. One of our problems is we just stop learning in our life. Now, I found it very interesting that looking in one of the Psalms today, Psalm 92, that David had something very interesting to say about that. He's talking about older people. Now, I don't know if he was talking just somebody that's a little bit older than him or somebody that is very elderly. But he kind of starts to compare them. And he comes to the 14th verse, and in the 15th verse, and he says these words. Even in old age, and he's talking about believers, he's talking about people that love God, even in old age, they will still produce fruit. They will remain vital and green. Of course, he's comparing the palms and the cedars of Lebanon. But it just spoke to me to realize that, that as I grow older, I can learn more and more and more about God and about life. Especially today, since we are where we are in B90X. I want to encourage you to continue. I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you to keep making the time to read and to learn. To at church, to get involved in a small group or in one of the Bible studies. And take the opportunity to not become one of those old dogs that don't learn new tricks. I'm working on some new tricks. I'm reading and I'm trying to learn as much as I possibly can, because till the day I die, I want to produce for God.